Howdy, folks. Today we're going to answer a question for a woman on the internet because she seemed to almost ask it in good faith.
Republicans, can I ask you an honest question? Those of you who are still supporting Trump, why? I really am trying to understand this because he's not a good man, and which is enough for me not to vote for him. But I understand other people have different opinions, and that's fine. That's fine. But he's protecting pedophiles, and he's tanking our economy, and he's raising our deficit, and it's just nothing good is coming from him being president. So I'm really confused. What do you like about him? What do you think that he's doing for America? Am I missing it? I realize that maybe some of the things that I listen to are more left-leaning, and maybe I'm missing out on the good things that he does. I just refuse to listen to Fox News or CNN because they just argue and they're a bunch of idiots. But to those of you who still support Trump, what is it that you like about him? Just help me out here. And I promise I'll keep my comments to myself. I just genuinely want to know why you like him. Is it because you just worship money? That's all I can come up with is either you're racist or you're an idiot or you just think that men who have money are smart, and they're not. He didn't make that money himself. His dad gave it to him. He just has people who make money for him. So what is it that you're willing to tank our country for this man?
Now, first things first, your criticisms, accusations, whatever you want to call them, well, they're extremely nebulous and uncorroborated, so you might want to look into that a little bit more. For instance, Virginia Giuffre, or Giuffre, however you say her name, whatever it may actually be, the most prominent Epstein accuser that we have had so far, has consistently said that Trump wasn't involved. But you guys won't accept that. Beyond that, if you actually read through these Epstein emails and are actually reading them for what they say, it's pretty evident that Epstein really did not like Trump. But, never mind that. Okay, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe this isn't really in all that good of faith, considering that she just called everyone that disagrees with her either racist or dumb. And I can only assume that she means if you're a white Trump supporter, you're racist, and if you're a minority Trump supporter, you're dumb. So, consider that when you're talking to these lefties. Now, with regards to things that I like about Trump and his presidency and the things that he's doing while he's in the White House, for one, Iran. And I know all these people are like, oh, he's starting another endless war. Oh, he's starting another pointless war. Oh, if you didn't know, Iran has been responsible for 350 dead Americans in the last 18 months leading up to the invasion, or the bombing campaign, I should say, of Iran. But you probably didn't know that because the media doesn't report on it. So, just so we're clear, no, this is not like the invasion of Iraq over fake weapons of mass destruction, and this isn't like the invasion of Afghanistan to capture or kill a terrorist leader. This is about a legitimate nation state that has promised the United States of America's destruction for the last, 47 years or something like that, and who has actively made strides to gain the capabilities to greatly damage or destroy the United States. Now, whether or not they could ever actually do that is a question to be debated. It would take several nukes to really pose an existential crisis to the United States, but only one nuke could scar the United States of America in such a way that it would fundamentally alter the way we interact with the rest of the world. Maybe you want to talk about the economy. Let's talk about the economy. For one, it's no worse now than it was under Biden. And on top of that, Trump and Vance both said that a year to 18 months of hardship was going to be necessary to get out of the hole that we have dug. And if you know anything about finance, personal or otherwise, if you know anything about running a household, being responsible, you know that when hard times come, you've got to put in the work. You've got to sacrifice to get out of that hardship. They call him a king, but then they complain when he doesn't just unilaterally fix things as a king. Another reason I'm still supporting Trump, he believes in states' rights. He hasn't interfered with state operated cannabis regimes. He has returned abortion to the states so that each state can individually decide whether or not they will allow that within their borders. No, he did not outlaw abortion. No, he did not take away your rights. He returned the power of lawmaking concerning that to its proper authority. That was never a federal issue, never should have been a federal issue. And even Ruth Bader Ginsburg said that the logic Roe v. Wade was founded upon was at best shaky and would almost certainly one day, under a well-brought challenge, be eliminated as law. I am still supporting him because he's finally telling these leaders of these foreign nations, specifically our supposed allies in Europe, that it is time to pull your weight, that the American taxpayer will no longer be responsible for the subsidization of your safety, wealth, and comfort. I like that he proposes paying more attention, worrying about, and sustaining the prosperity of our hemisphere as opposed to nations on the other side of the planet. And check this out. The things that I like set aside, I watched the United States government, ran by the Democratic Party, execute a campaign of character assassination unparalleled in the United States history. I watched them try in every way, shape, and form to destroy a former president, to stop him in the first place and to destroy him after the fact, to bury him, to make him go away, to strip him of his wealth, his freedom, and every other thing that they possibly could. Never in American history have I seen such a thing, and I have seen presidents do much worse. So that tells me that he is a threat to this new world order that we've been living under for the last 30 or 40 years. And that new world neoliberal global order has sought to subjugate the entire world so that the rich can rule. If y'all don't know about the new world order, I'm sorry, but you're way, way behind. And if y'all think that neoliberalism and the neoliberal global order isn't their plan, I'm afraid you got a lot of catching up to do, like a lot. Now, for those of you that think the neoliberal global order is this great thing that makes us all dependent upon one another and protects us from war because our economies are all tied in together and this and that, yes and no. On one hand, it's a potential deterrent to war and things of that nature, but it is also a stepping stone towards a one world global government ran by oligarchs. The neoliberal global order was designed by the rich who intend to rule us all as if we were serfs. And Trump is completely wrecking that globalist oligarchic order that these rich billionaires have been trying to implement, specifically people like Bill Gates. And I don't know if you realize this, but if you're on the same side as Bill Gates, well, you're against humanity, just plain period, flat out. But hey, while we're here, why don't we bring it back home a little bit? I'm also happy about all the fraud that has been exposed, not only through USAID, but also Somali fraud, just Democratic fraud generally speaking in the healthcare system, childcare system, who knows what other system. And then there's also, I don't know, things like not funding transition surgeries for prison inmates. Like, if you're in prison, you shouldn't be able to get elective surgeries to make yourself feel better. If it's not necessary to your health, to your actual ability to live and function, we shouldn't be paying for it. You're in prison, homie. On top of that, I support him coming out against children being transitioned by their psychotic Munchausen syndrome suffering parents. And don't misunderstand, I have no problem with transition or people that transition. My most direct coworker is, I always have trouble with this, but has transitioned to a man from a woman. I have no personal enmity to this person. We don't talk politics. I don't know who they vote for, if they vote at all. I don't know how they feel about the wider trans community and activism. What I can say is that they are a reasonable person at work They do their job, and I respect them as much as I would respect any other individual that did those same things. The issue isn't with transitioners, adults. The issue is with allowing or pushing children into doing things that will permanently alter their bodies. We don't let them get piercings. We don't let them get tattoos. We don't let them drink or smoke or drive cars or consent to adult activities because they are not mature enough to make decisions that will affect them for the rest of their lives. I don't have a problem with transsexuals. I have a problem with people pushing ideology onto children, whether it be this or Marxism or even a religion. I believe that children should be allowed to form their own opinions rather than be manipulated in their most vulnerable years by individuals that would live vicariously through them or that would use them as pawns in some sort of political movement.